Shalom people, this is Brother Laos coming at you with another video. And as some of you have already heard, a key witness in the Botham Shem Jean murder trial that just finished, a gentleman named Joshua Brown that lived directly across from Botham Shem's apartment, and he witnessed the policeman Amber Geiger coming out of Botham Shem's apartment. He was gunned down in the parking lot of that same apartment complex, the Southside Flats. I think the date was this Friday. I could be wrong. It could be Saturday, but it was either Friday or Saturday. And if the preliminary statements that were put forth are true, and I'm saying if he was supposedly shot several times, and two of those shots were in the, one is in the mouth and one was in the heart. I don't know if it, I think it was more shots than that, but they're saying, or at least what is being put forth now, outside of what the coroner's report has stated, because apparently, probably a coroner's report will not come out until next week, and who knows if they even share that with the public. It's gonna probably be shared with the family of Mr. Brown. So I don't want to, go so far as to say it's true. But if it is true, I will have no doubt in my mind that it's some nefarious things that's happening that causes death. I'm kind of believing that it could be something personal. Maybe a personal beef he had with somebody. And the only reason I'm taking this approach is because in the past, statements have been made, and then it turned out later that it wasn't, and then you end up looking kind of foolish after you made statements about this theory and that. And that's not to say that the government doesn't cover up stuff and make things look, like it was an accident. That could be. But whether or not it was a hit or just was random violence is still sad. And the death of this young man, because he was doing the right thing by testifying against Amber Geiger, and also the fact that the hugging fest that went on before and during and after the sentencing phase was very disheartening to see what this thing called Christianity has done to us. It's basically done its job. They still have a little bit more what can I say? They have a few more tasks for Christianity to do for them against us before they get rid of Christianity. And who is that? That's the scarlet colored beast in Revelations. The Bible said that the woman, which is the Christian church, rides on the back of the scarlet colored beast, but once it gets tired of the woman, the Bible says it's going to throw her off and burn her with fire. But right now they still can get a few more things out of it to continue to dumb us down, to continue to push us down. But I thank the Most High Yah that young brother didn't give in to intimidation. He did the right thing. You know, I thank Most High for Bunny Babs. She was another key witness that had caught video of took a video of Amber Geiger walking up and down the hallway on her cell phone while Botham was inside of his apartment bleeding out. Uh, uh, they didn't call her. I think they she said, or maybe someone else said, that the reason they didn't call her is they felt some petty charges that she had on her record in the past. They didn't want to deal with that with the defense. But from my understanding, this young man had some petty charges that had been leveled against him, but yet they chose him as a witness. Either way, like I stated in my last video, um, we got the, well, I say we, they got the guilty charges just at the sentencing phase, that it was all pretty much lost. Now, some of the jurors are trying to come back and state that they were in the jury room deliberating before they, you know, before they went back in the court and seen the hug and all that kind of stuff. That's what they say. I don't know. It could be true or not. I didn't. I had to be honest. I didn't sit and watch hours and hours and hours of this thing. I supported the whole thing through. I made we donated to family and legal defense fund, and me and my wife, like I stated, committed ourselves to prayer. And for the case and for the witnesses, and there was many other Black Americans in this country that did much more than that, and just to not even take that into consideration. I'm talking about the young man that stated that he didn't want her to do no jail time, was to me a slap in the face. And now this young brother who did the courageous thing, who did the right thing, who didn't fold and say, well, what use is it to, go testify? She gonna get off anyway. He put himself forward, even when I think they say he was getting threats, and put himself in harm's way. And I kind of prayed that it wasn't white supremacists or police that killed him. I hate that he died, period. But I would really, really, really hate that he might have been killed by some Amber Geiger sympathizer, and then she got off light with a light sentence, and 2 black men died for what, to see her get probably do 5 years of a 10-year sentence, in protective custody, and then probably get out and write books and make movies and probably put the 3 hugs. I can see the book. Mark my words. If she gets out, you never know what Most High can do. You never know. Just like this brother, was gone. You never know what's gonna happen with Amber Geiger between now and the time she gets out of prison. But that's to say she does, for the sake of saying, I guarantee you that the book cover of the book that she's gonna write while she's in prison, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna be sprinkled with all her good deeds that she does while she's in prison. She's probably gonna finish up school, probably do interviews. She's gonna have a complete makeover when she gets out. She's gonna be the super golden girl when she gets out. But the cover of that book is gonna have those 3 different hugs. 2 hugs and No, they wouldn't do that. I guarantee you, it's gonna have split page, and it's gonna have brother hugging her, and then it's gonna have the judge hugging her, and she's gonna be a sensation, especially on the Christian networks like Word Network, which the guy that owns the Word Network, you know, put racist pictures on. I mean, sent racist texts around showing himself as a pimp and the black Christian preachers that preach on his network as pimp. He was a pimp, and they were basically the prostitutes. So what did I just state to you a few minutes ago? They nearing the end that they need Christianity, especially black Christianity. Now the Bible said they're gonna make her naked. They making everything naked. The Bible said that Yah's gonna put it in the beast's heart to get rid of the woman and burn her with fire. But they still got some jewels that they're gonna pull out to try to bring us down, and this is one of them, with that, you know, turn the other cheek and forgiveness thing that probably featured prominently in a lot of Christian Sunday sermons, and continue to emasculate our men, except for people like Joshua Brown, who was a real man, and Bunny Bass, who was a real woman, who stood up for their people. And I thank the Most High for both of them. I salute the brother, and you know what he did, and I will hope that my sons would exhibit, you know, that character. This case was kind of I guess tugging at me, because I have sons that are the same age as Botham Shem and this young man. I think Botham Shem would have been 28, and this young brother, he died at 28. So I can imagine, you know, my sons, they're alive, they're not in prison or anything like that. I can imagine that happening to them, and then, you know, having an opportunity to get justice for them, and you getting up there to the podium or whatever and dropping the ball and just basically, you know, opening the front door and just sweeping it out like so much trash. No, there's going to be opportunities that the Most High Yah is going to present to us, where we're going to have to be courageous. We're going to have to, you know, really, you know, be the men of Yehuda that he stated we were supposed to be. In the end, if you read the book of Genesis, let's go there real quick. And you read Genesis 49th chapter of Genesis, and it gives a description of Judah during the end. If you go to verse 8, starting at verse 8, it said, Judah, thou art him whom thy brothers will praise. Thy hand shall be in the neck of thine enemies. Thy father's children shall bow down before thee. So one of the characteristics that Jacob or Jacob gives of his son Judah, Yahudah, during the end, is that hand is going to be on his enemy's neck. He didn't say anything about hugging his enemies. He said you're going to be reaching for to grab their neck. So our people, in starting spiritually, we must get. It's a spirit in this nation that has been working through this thing called Christianity that we got to bring down. We got to put our hands spiritually on its neck. It's called Caesar Borgia. It's called the portraits and icons, iconography in the theological seminaries and the books written talking about we were the children of Ham and we were cursed children and all these things. We must put our hands on the neck of these things and bring them down in our mind. We have the physical wherewithal to overcome any enemy, but our mind is still locked down by this thing called Christianity. Yes, it is. The Bible said that the devil deceiveth the whole world. So it ain't just us, but we primarily talk about our situation here in America. Is locked down by this thing called Christianity, which will not push us forward. We will remain in the same situation. Do you understand that they said it's about the same amount of people black people in prison as there was slaves back before the Civil War started? It was about 2 to 3 million slaves in the South. And they said there's about 2 million or more prisoners in American prisons, and most of them are us. All while we have all these churches on the block, we have all these preachers, we have all these gospel networks and radio stations playing gospel music. Some of them playing it 24/7, some of them playing on the weekend. We got all these gospel artists, but we still have gun violence that probably maybe took the life of Joshua Brown. We still have other races that oppress us. We still, get the police called on us for us just doing ordinary stuff that everybody else does, swimming in a swimming pool, walking in the neighborhood, walking your dog in the neighborhood, barbecuing in the park. We get the police called on us. Or we driving down the street and our car break down in the middle of the road, and while we're trying to wait for some help come, the police come and they come not to help but to shoot you. We have mentally retarded people that are mentally retarded, that are they know they mentally retarded and they get shot anyway. So this thing called Christianity has defeated us. You can say I'm a pagan or whatever you want to. I don't really care. I left out the quote-unquote Christian church a long time ago once I realized, that the system, not people, because I know it's people in there that believe in Yeshua like me. I believe in Yeshua. I believe in the Father. I believe in the Ruach, Spirit. I believe in it. I believe the scriptures, the ones that parts of it that haven't been tampered with. I'm not silly to believe what I believed many years ago, like a lot of white theologians were have been preaching that the King James is perfect and there ain't no errors in this whatever. I don't believe that, because now we know that the slave Bible was given to slaves that was have verses taken out. So how do you know that it's the same with this? But anyway, as I was stating, I don't care any. I didn't care many years ago when I came out of the Christian quote unquote church, and now that I know who we are the people, and that we are the assembly, we are the body of Mashiach, not the church, and that the church is the whore of Babylon. I'm so glad, because a lot of you if anyone, you know, watches this video that is a diehard Christian, as I used to be, when you finally wake up, the detox is gonna be very hard on a lot of y'all. See, I thank Most High Yah that I detox from the organized whatever long time ago. Then it was easier for me to accept this truth because I have been studying and understanding that when he say study to show yourself approved unto Yah, he's talking about all of you. And this is the thing that I'm going to state again about this quote unquote awakening, is that it doesn't get the tenets of this Christianity stuff in it, because if it does, it's going to destroy it like it did the black Pentecostal movement. It's going to destroy it. It will. If you start getting these